I'm just gonna jump in. It's gonna be kind of brutal. I love San Antonio, but there are some things I hate about San Antonio.
Living in San Antonio, Texas has some amazing perks and benefits. But if I were to sit here and tell you that it's this perfect utopia and that there's nothing wrong with it, I would 100% be lying to you.
Yep.
So today, we're going to show you some of those negative things about San Antonio that we really cannot stand. Let's go.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. My name is Jonathan. This is Trevor, and we're the Alamo City Living Team. And here we talk about everything that you want to know about living in San Antonio and the entire surrounding area. We're also licensed real estate agents here in San Antonio, which means not only do we enjoy making videos for you guys, we would love even more to help you with all of your real estate purchase needs. So please feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. The information popping up on the screen is how you get a hold of us. And make sure you like and subscribe, because we post videos every single week and you do not want to miss them. All right, guys, I'm gonna jump into this. The first thing I hate about San Antonio is our skyline. We do not have a very beautiful skyline. If you compare our skyline to Dallas, Austin, and Houston, we fall way short. According to lawnstarter.com, which ranked multiple cities throughout the country on its glamour, San Antonio ranked number 34 out of 50. That's pretty bad. So our skyline is not really that great. There's a company out of the UK that did a study that ranked San Antonio's Alamo Dome as one of the ugliest buildings in the world. So we don't have the greatest skyline. You'll see that as nothing that obviously you can hide. When people come to San Antonio, they're always surprised, like, man, for the 7th largest city, I think that this downtown would be a little bit more modern, but unfortunately it's not. But you know, there are many other reasons why people are moving to San Antonio.
So one of the things that I hate about San Antonio, and I think we've mentioned this in probably several of our videos, the traffic is horrendous. With the rapid expansion San Antonio's had, right, they have no option but to expand and do, build on the highways and add all this stuff, right? The expansion's happening. But if you plan on going across town for any reason at all, man, just plan accordingly. Add an extra 15-20 minutes to your trip, because there are sections of town, especially on 1604 Loop, which is the loop that surrounds the inner city. It is bad, and it's definitely going to make you late if you don't plan accordingly.
Now, traffic is relative, because depending on where you come from, this traffic might not be so bad. We have had clients that are from different places in California that say that, a 25-minute commute to get to where they're going is beautiful, because they're used to hours-long commutes to get to work and get home. So, traffic is relative. For us who are living here and we've been here a while, we absolutely can't stand it during rush hour, but
it is what it is.
It is what it is. In one of our previous videos, we talked about San Antonio loving its food.
Now that's a pro.
That is a pro, but what is not a pro, and one thing that you might hate about San Antonio, is that we are an unhealthy city. At one point, San Antonio was voted the fattest city in the country.
Ouch.
Yes.
Again.
We no longer hold that title, but a recent study ranked San Antonio 103 out of 174 as one of the most unhealthiest cities in the country. Now, you will find CrossFit boxes and gyms and BJJ academies all over the city. I think that we are a fight town. You will find all kinds of martial arts studios and boxing gyms here in San Antonio, but by and large, San Antonio really is an unhealthy city. Very evident if you're moving here from a place like Denver, Portland, Seattle, or San Diego. So just keep that in mind. With our tacos comes a little bit more discipline to keep that figure that you might be used to right now.
So another thing that is awful about living in San Antonio, and really the San Antonio area, allergies. If you've never had allergies before, and you're moving from somewhere out of state and you move here, I can almost guarantee you're probably gonna get allergies, right? The pollen and the cedar is so high here that it'll catch up to you eventually. I lived here, I was born and raised here, and I moved around Texas for a little while, but even coming back here to this hill country, central Texas area, thought I was immune. I wasn't.
Now, I mentioned in several other videos that I've lived in Colorado. I've also lived in Alaska. One of the things I loved about those states were the mountains. I absolutely love the mountain. And if you're like me and you love the mountains, you are absolutely gonna hate the flatness of Central Texas. Yeah. San Antonio is a flat city. The hill country really doesn't begin until you get a little bit more north of San Antonio. San Antonio is only about 650 feet above sea level. And even when you get out to, say, Lost Maples State Natural Area, which has some beautiful hills, those hills are only about 2,300 feet. If you're really wanting mountains that you might be used to, you're going to have to travel down to Big Bend National Park, and you're going to have to travel 500 miles from San Antonio to get there.
If you're gonna travel that far, just go to Colorado.
Just go to Colorado.
Take the extra couple hours. Go to Colorado and see some real mountains.
Now, although San Antonio is flat and you might absolutely hate that, there is a beauty to Central Texas that really can't be beat. Yeah. There are plenty of places with beautiful rivers and hiking trails. It's not a desert, it's just flat.
Yep. Now, Jonathan mentioned there are some neighborhoods and some sections of town that do have some rolling hills that really do make up for a lot of the flatness. And you can check those out in some of our neighborhood videos. We mentioned neighborhoods that have a little bit of elevation if that's something you're looking for. So depending on where you're coming from, you might love this or you might hate this. The heat here is god-awful. It is atrocious, right?
Yes.
We're in the beginning part of the year, right? We were out doing some filming, right? You see this sunburn action, you see this, the raccoon eyes with it's the early part of the year. This should not be happening.
Our summers here do get very, very hot. At the end of the summer of last year, I traveled down to Arizona. I couldn't tell that Arizona was any hotter than it was at the time here in San Antonio. We were experiencing some of the same heat. And Phoenix, Arizona is known to be just hellacious. In May of last year, it felt the same way here in San Antonio.
Now that being said, it's a different kind of heat, right? It's a very humid heat down here because of where you're located. You're not too far from the coastline, so you get a lot of the humidity, which makes it worse. I walk out of my house in the first 17.2 seconds, I am drenched in sweat. So expect that if you plan on moving here.
San Antonio, as we have mentioned before, is a city that's growing outwards, not necessarily growing up. And one of the things that we don't have very well is public transportation. And that might be something that you will absolutely hate. You will need a car if you're living here in San Antonio, unless you're living directly downtown.
Now, we do have the Via Bus transportation system, right? And it's just a bus that shuttles people from town to town. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but it is what it is. But that's probably your only option if that's what you're looking for.
All right, guys, that is enough hating on San Antonio.
Stop the hate. Stop.
We do absolutely love San Antonio. There are so many great things about San Antonio. But like Trevor said, there is no such thing as a perfect city. And we would not be doing you service if we were not being true and transparent with what it is that we're doing here as realtors.
Absolutely. Transparency is our goal. And if we can't do that with you, then we haven't done our jobs.
All right, guys, thanks for stopping by today. We hope that you enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button right now. We do post videos every single week, and you don't want to miss them.
Guys, when you plan on moving in the next few weeks or even the next few months, feel free to reach out to us. We're going to leave our information in the description and on the screen as well. Thank you so much for watching the video. We're going to catch you in the next one.